Hello, today is the anniversary of the death in the year 2000 of Lord Woodbine. His real name was Harold Phillips, a calypso writer and singer from Trinidad. He came over and along with colleagues brought with them the new vitality that some of the Caribbean music brought to our British culture. And he started singing his calypsos and bringing his steel band to play at the Jacaranda Club in Liverpool. And among the visitors to the club were John and Paul and George, friends who were beginning to form a musical group themselves and trying to explore the different kinds of music that they could get access to. And they got to know Lord Woodbine, who eventually arranged for them to do a gig at the Jacaranda Club. And later when the Beatles had formed their group, took them to Hamburg, where he had a regular slot, and the residency at Hamburg, as we know, was the sort of launching pad for the Beatles group. He promoted them, he encouraged them in those very early days to find a style of music that was right for them, but influenced by his own calypso style and by his enthusiasm and by his contacts. And I hadn't heard of Lord Woodbine before, but I'd certainly heard of John and George and Paul. And there is this sense that they were a group that he helped to promote. And there's this picture of them all together in Hamburg. John is not in the picture because he was a pacifist, so he didn't want his picture taken on a war memorial. But the other three Beatles are there with Lord Woodbine, and you get this sense that they were a group of friends. But his encouragement and his use of his contacts really helped them on their way and brought the beauty of the Beatles music to the rest of the world. Today, I just wanted to think about the people who, in my life, have set me on my way, who've introduced me to new things, who've encouraged me in things that I was just beginning to find interesting. People who possibly no one else knows have had any influence on me, just as few of us have heard of Lord Woodbine and his influence on the Beatles, because there are lots of people who, in one way or another, through small conversations, through a deeper friendship or just a casual acquaintance, can just trigger a new beginning or encourage us in a particular direction that our lives are going. And we often need that little bit of support to get us going in a way that eventually might prove very fruitful for us. And likewise, of course, if we can keep our eyes open for somebody whose potential we can spot, who we think we might be able to help by our contacts and our support and our advice, it's always something that, carefully and tactfully done, will be appreciated. And so today, I wanted just to say thank you for those who have influenced me, especially in my earlier years, in those things which eventually have become really important in my life.